Public housing is housing which is rented for discount rates to low-income residents. There have been a lot of arguments of public housing, yet public housing is essential to people's daily lives. It gives people a place to live. While some countries may lack the standard of living in public housing, some countries may lack the supply, and therefore there will be a long waiting list. Singapore is a good example of being the best at producing the right amount and accepting it in their daily lives while making it look nice. 81% of people in Singapore live in public housing, and it's normal for people to live there, with conditions of public housing are very nice, including full glass buildings compared to run-down concrete building in Hong Kong. While Singapore public housing is valued a lot, and the importance is seen by building shiny new high-rise public buildings, the HDB is the organization which is in charge of public housing in Singapore. They're very supportive of public housing. They receive government support from both the people, which allows funds to create public housing, while the HDB is able to remove squatters and move them away into public housing. While why Singapore loves public housing is also to do with the understanding of the importance of its history and is taught quite frequently, and is why many people live there. Back in the days in the city, people would live in shop houses where there would be a little space, while in the suburbs area there were a lot of more richer people. But by 1920 the conditions were terrible and people got sick in downtown Singapore, which made the British to pass the Singapore Improvement Trust in 1927. It was to build affordable housing for people in Singapore, seeing poor conditions which led to many problems from the countries, including fires, diseases, and much more. Over the next few years, it would start to build housing, but not to a great extent. While at World War II, the damage further created a shortage in houses. While in 1947, a report said that one of the worst slums, it discharged to a civilian community. The HDB then reacted to exterminate the squatter community of, in 1996, of 300,000 people in the suburbs, with 250,000 shops in the central area. The biggest action came when the government decided to really take action. The group found that it needed to find lower cost of housing. If elected, their party will solve this. And ever since, their party has been in power. Since 1960, the Housing and Development Board was to create public housing and also the quality of living. The group was very successful, with objectives such as 5-year building program. Then later on, the public housing grew to buying more and more. But people would not move into it. The growth in population also meant that they had to create more buildings and adopt the high-rise concept, which needed a lot of funds to be able to pull it off. Thank you for listening. If we have more time in the future, we can do a course on the effects of zoning, tax, and code, and more based on an article I wrote on government on poverty. Go check it out if you want to learn more. Thank you for watching.